In the event of an unsafe situation where they would not want to send a SWAT operator, they rely on this robot to get the job done.
It can take just 3 to 5 minutes for a person with a critical wound to bleed out and die. So, how can you best prepare yourself in an emergency situation?
Generally speaking, this would be big enough to get around a limb.
And that's what we have
That's
here.
what we have here.
So we're going to have about 4 inches from the wound, you said, right?
Yes, between 2 to 3 inches above the wound.
And keep the workspace in the front. You're about a third of a mile away from the home on Cedar Hill Road that is on fire, a single-family home in this section of Harding, not far from Morristown. As you can see behind me, the road is lined with fire officials, EMTs, and PSE&G. And that is right. These are dozens and dozens of very frustrated United flight attendants. They want their voices heard. Good afternoon. We all know it's always fun to see a game or a concert at MetLife, but getting there could be a hassle at times. So that's why NJ Transit is trying to create better transportation to get to and from the Meadowlands from Secaucus Junction, and most commuters are pretty happy about it. Newark is rocking, and this is the final time that New York and New Jersey will meet here in the last of this playoff series. So it's something new for me, so Colleen, you're gonna have to kind of work me through this.
So loggerheads eat mainly a meat diet, so we have some mackerel in here for her today, and everyone has to eat their veggies, so we have a few of those in there as well.
Form-wise, so it's like if I'm bringing it in.
Suspension training, you need to take it back so that you have gravity on your body weight.
Yes.
And then you pull
and just
it up.
always keep that core engaged. No amount of gear could take care of this wind and rain. If you see beside me here at the inlet, it is just raining sideways. Just a terrible story in this neighborhood of Brick, where at least 2 dogs were deceased due to inhumane conditions in this very home behind me. 40,000 bags at a time can come off of this at a given time, where they're checked, weighed, and x-rayed. Christmas chaos. They are expecting anywhere from 13 to 14,000 people visiting this weekend. It's been nearly a year since Eileen's Bound Brook home was devastated by Hurricane Ida. But now, all thanks to the Raritan Valley Habitat for Humanity and State Farm, she'll be returning to a newly renovated home. And that was just a taste. Make the trip to Tree Escape and see it for yourself. In the neighborhood of Roselle, many are in mourning.
Roselle community is definitely crushed into pieces.
A mother and child are left for dead days before the child's 10th birthday. Atasha Scott, the sister of the homeowner, claims the girl's uncle, the homeowner's brother, who had been ordered to leave the home, killed his niece and sister-in-law with an axe, and that the homeowner found both dead when he got back from work on Wednesday.
My nieces went downstairs after they woke up in the afternoon, and they went into her room, and they saw stuff in the room, and they called my brother and said they can't open their mother's room door.
Neighbors were shocked at the commotion as police removed bags of evidence from the home, saying they're not used to this kind of activity on their street.
It's been hectic here. So many dry pans, looking, trying to see what's going on.
The Morrisons are described as a blended family of 4 children. 2 daughters and 1 son in their 20s, and the 1 daughter that passed. There is a meal train page set up for the Morrison family for anyone interested in donating.
Heartbreak for our family. We demand justice.
For now, we're live in Roselle. Kimberly Kravitz, News 12, New Jersey. Lost at sea no more. Some may even call this a Christmas miracle. The families of Joe DiTomaso and Kevin Hyde worried that they may never come home again after being lost at sea for nearly 10 days.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
It's our honor to have you. Welcome to New York.
It was supposed to be a fun trip for the 2 buddies and their pup. The pair started their voyage in Cape May and planned to travel to Marathon, Florida. The Coast Guard reported that their boat, Atrevida 2, apparently ran out of fuel and out of power. After days of missing in action, the boat was spotted over 200 miles east of Delaware, just after 4 p.m. yesterday, bringing them to safety.
We're just glad to be home.
At times, the duo couldn't imagine they would ever make it. They went for at least 5 or 6 days with very little food and no water.
The scariest part when that boom came down. It's a 50-foot high for the sails, and that broke, came down, Kevin ran up and cut the lines to get it off the boat because it was hanging over the side, 50-foot mast. Once we cut that mast off, 40-foot seas.
The Coast Guard searched the Jersey Shore to Florida, but for the family members, most of the focus was on North Carolina, where the men left off when they last communicated with their family. We heard from the captain who saved the sailors and the pup.
I was literally crying. It is our duty what we have done. We have not done any extra effort, any extra thing. This is our duty.
The rescue itself took 3 hours, and Joe believes it was a sign from God that they ever were.
Every morning I would wake up, kiss it, and say to our Father. And if nobody does not believe there's a Lord, they have a problem.
The 76 and 65-year-old, along with their pup, Minnie, were brought here, transferred to a vessel, and were checked out. And at this time, there are no immediate health concerns. In Staten Island, Kimberly Kravitz, News 12, New Jersey. Simon, what a loss for the community today. Not one, but 2 businesses collapsing to the ground, losing everything. And to make matters worse, there was supposed to be a line of people at this food pantry today, depending on it for a meal, only for them to see it burnt down.
I mean, we provide food for hundreds of families, and now all the food's gone.
They provide, obviously, services to, the underprivileged, underserved communities, those that are in need, and the thrift shop was kind of their bread and butter. Everyone in the community is asking how they help. Take a look at this shot from Drone 12. You can see the giant hole in the ceiling from up top, the electric hanging from the ceiling. The place is completely gutted. You may even be able to see the Walgreens sign that fell in. So how do people who are counting on their medication go about filling their prescriptions? We do have other pharmacies, obviously. We have a pharmacy on Main Street. The ShopRite has a pharmacy. So from that perspective, I think anyone will be able to get whatever prescriptions they need to get. But it was an easy walking distance. Here is Walgreens' response to our request. We are thankful our customers and team members were evacuated safely. We are cooperating with authorities on the investigation. The Clinton Fire Department spoke with us earlier today and shared this statement. We arrived to a 2-alarm fire from the roof of Walgreens Pharmacy last night. During the rescue, there was one firefighter that suffered a minor injury and was transported to Hunterdon Medical Center as a precaution. We believe they did a good job keeping it contained to Walgreens and the open cupboard food pantry, where the fire originally started. We saved those 2 businesses. And those 2 businesses are located on the east side of the building, Just Subs and JD Liquor Store.